Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where Mela is definitely not money, but hopefully this weekend is. It's Lost to the Midcard. Welcome. We are back after a 1-week hiatus. We are here to preview Money in the Bank. We are here to preview NXT Takeover Chicago 2. We're here to talk about Dominion, which happened in New Japan Pro Wrestling this past week. We're here to talk about a lot of shit. And we're also here to talk about CM Punk getting punked again. But before we do all that, first, thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes and any of your favorite podcasting apps. Make sure you search for Lost the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, typically every Thursday, typically every Monday after a WWE pay-per-view. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube. Links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. Go to the pinned post there, or go to our pinned tweet on the Twitter at LIT Podcast. We also share a lot of the great tweets within the wrestling world, so give us a follow there and get yourself entertained. I'm your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JBHuskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
Dominion was great. And I'm pretty sure nothing that happens this weekend in Chicago is going to top it. And unfortunately, that includes NXT.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch Dominion, but 2/3 of us have seen Dominion, so we will talk about it. Yes, I did say 2/3 of us, because joining us here, once again, he is on the Twitter at NoOneLikeD. It is Mr. Darryl Bullock. Darryl, welcome back. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Like Matt said, Dominion was great, and nothing this weekend's going to top that shit.
Yeah. I need to get myself watching that. How long is that, anyways? About 5 hours, probably.
5 hours, I believe.
Yeah, roughly.
I might have to just watch the main matches, even though you said everything on the card was good, though, right?
Yeah.
Omega and Okada went 69 minutes, roughly, I believe.
Yeah.
In 2 out of 3 falls.
I mean, just that match alone is, over an hour of the show.
Let's go ahead and get into it. Lots of shit going on in this one. Kicked off with the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions Kanemaru and Desperado. They defeated Roppongi 3K. Did they defeat them for the titles, or did they defend their titles there?
I thought they were defending them.
Pretty sure I'm pretty sure it was retained.
Has Roppongi 3K been Junior Heavyweight Tag Champs before?
Yeah,
Yes.
they actually took them off the Bucks.
That's what I thought. What did you guys think of David Finlay and Juice Robinson teaming up against Jay White and Yoshihashi?
Fuck Jay White.
Yeah, you know what? That's pretty much all I have to say about that, too.
Why do you say that?
You damn well know how I feel about Jay White. Fuck that bitch.
I know you don't like him. What about you, Darryl?
It's that Roman effect where they're trying to put too much of him in my face, and I don't want to see him.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with him.
So not too confident that Juice Robinson is going to take the title off him in the U.S.?
I would love Juice Robinson to take the title off of him. I just don't see it happening because New Japan clearly has a hard-on for this guy, and I just don't understand why.
For what? The world may never know.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Suzuki and Sabre Jr. against Ishii and Yano. There's a lot of hard hitting.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yes.
A little bit.
A little bit of hard hitting. Again, I did not watch yet, but I'm just going to say Suzuki and Ishii, I would pay to watch them two beat the shit out of each other. Hey, I'm going to go and eventually watch that match. I had a lot going on this weekend, so I didn't get a chance to get 5 hours in of good professional wrestling. So hopefully this weekend I can catch up on that a little bit. Taichi took on Goto and Elgin for the Never Openweight Championship. What did you guys think of that one?
That was a good match.
Good match and the first of many title changes throughout the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mike!
Is this Big Mike's first Japanese title? Or has he held a title before?
I think it's his first singles
title
in New Japan. I think he's held either the tag or the 6-man.
The Never Openweight.
Prior to this,
he's held the Never Openweight.
Yeah, but this is his first. I think this is his first singles title in New Japan. So I would view that as a pretty big deal for him. I think he should be pretty damn happy.
Young Bucks make history once again and become the IWGP Tag Team Champions, defeating Evil and Sonata. And what were your thoughts on that one there?
The match was awesome, man. I can't wait for the rematch in the Cow Palace in a few weeks.
Yes, sir.
All I can say is Bucks better retain. I don't want to see a quick title change back.
That is just stupid. What was the purpose of putting them in the first place?
Exactly. I want to see them run with these titles for a while. There's so many heavyweight tag teams in New Japan that these guys can work with that they haven't gotten a chance to yet. And I definitely think they deserve, a nice long reign with these straps for a while.
Yeah. And speaking of the Bucks, how about the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega making an appearance on WWE YouTube?
It's unbelievable. The world of pro wrestling we're living in right now, where they are covering that today for those of you that will be listening to the show on Thursday, that E3, Capcom will be holding a Street Fighter V match between the Golden Elite of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks against the New Day. And it's fucking crazy that, everybody's covering it. ROH is covering it, talking about New Day. WWE's covering it, talking about the Bucks and Omega. This is nuts. I've never really seen anything quite like this in pro wrestling before.
And it's great.
Vince is in a coma right now, or he's just haven't woken up from his nap or something like that. Because I would never think he would actually live to see that or even oversee that.
Yeah, you wonder.
What's a YouTube?
Yeah, exactly. You're wondering if he's quietly.
They just keep him away from that stuff.
You wonder if he's quietly slipping away from doing things, and what you wonder with what's going on. With the things that are going on.
If you believe the Hollywood Reporter, Triple H and Stephanie were the people that fully brokered the deal with SmackDown Live and Fox, and Vince didn't have a single thing to do with it. If that doesn't say that that the tides of power changed in that company sooner rather than later, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
This would be a true blessing.
Yeah, amen to that. It will be.
6-man tag match next. The Bullet Club, which is fine, by the way. Cody, Marty Scurll, Hangman Page, took on a killer team put together of Tanahashi, Rey Mysterio, and Liger. What did you guys see in that 6-man tag?
Rey looked good.
Yeah, it did.
Apparently him and WWE are talking.
They've been talking for a while. He's back to wearing the shirt again, but I think that's more of a precaution for his tricep, because he didn't wear the shirt at the Rumble, but he wore it at the Greatest Rumble, and he wore the shirt again here. I think it's more for protection for his chest than anything else, because as far as I know, he didn't have any surgery. Mm-hmm. He's just letting it heal on its own, which clearly it seems to be doing a good job. But yeah, it's probably smarter for him to wrestle in the shirt in that material right now to protect his upper body while everything's getting down. But you saw him at the Rumble. Dude's in the best shape I've seen him in since his WCW days. He don't need to wear the shirt if he don't want to. Near the end of his last WWE run, he was wearing the shirt because he was Chubby Mysterio Jr. But he's not that anymore. He don't need that shirt. It's more of a choice, I think, to protect his upper body than anything else.
Coming soon to WWE 2K18 creator wrestler Chubby Mysterio Jr. Yeah, dude looked amazing at the Royal Rumble. It was insane, impressive, all of the above. One of my new favorites in the New Japan world became champion As Matt said, a lot of titles changed hands. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship between Will Ospreay and the Ticking Time Bomb, Hiromu Takahashi. What did you guys see in this title match?
Hiromu is so good.
He's over. And I hear Ospreay's taking some time off.
I think he's still hurt, dude.
From wrestling or something. Like I don't have all the details, but I heard that he's taking some time off away from wrestling after that, and I'm not sure of all the details if it's a personal matter or if it's an injury or what. But yeah, I definitely heard rumblings of that afterwards, that he was looking to take some time off from the business for a while after that.
Yeah, Mike Johnson, PW Insider, basically put it well. That was a hell of a war between those two guys. Like I said,
dude, when Hiromu does that sunset bomb to outside, that shit is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to like I said, I've become a fan of Takahashi, so I'm looking forward to seeing him capture some gold. Speaking of gold and gold changing hands, it happened in the IWGP Intercontinental Championship match. Tetsuya Naito, Chris Jericho. Did Jericho's second New Japan appearance live up to the hype of the one with Kenny Omega? Was this match on par or close to it?
I thought it absolutely was. It was a different style than the match with Omega for the most part. I mean, there were some similarities, but it's hard to explain, but I definitely feel that not only did it lead up to the hype, it also created the most shocking moment of the entire evening, because there was no way. If somebody would have told me that I could have put $1,000 down on Jericho becoming the IWGP Intercontinental Champion, I wouldn't have put it down. There was no way I thought that title was changing hands. So when he won that title, I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. And, at first I'm shocked and I'm kind of excited about it, but then at the same token I'm like, damn, there ain't no way they're gonna let Omega beat Okada now. If they just put the Intercontinental title on on another Canadian, and I'm like, fuck, because the last thing I wanted to do was see Okada beat Omega again. But yeah, luckily I was wrong, and yeah, Dominion was awesome, man. Top to bottom.
Winnipeg was winning.
Yeah, two men from Winnipeg holding the top two Japanese titles. Main event, 2 out of 3 falls. Kazuchika Okada, Kenny Omega. This bitch went 69 minutes. What did you guys see out of this epic between these two guys? I mean, did it top the 6-star 60-minute Broadway from a year ago?
Yes.
So subjective and hard to say.
Yeah.
I would say that it did. They had a lot of amazing callbacks from their previous matches throughout the match. At one point, Omega broke out the Styles Clash.
Yeah,
on Okada.
That was crazy.
Dude, it was just a match that the only time it stopped moving was between the bouts when they had the little rest periods. Other than that, this match was, crazy balls to the wall action for almost 70 minutes. And I know some people say that they felt the match started off slow. I didn't feel that way at all. I felt the match was paced perfectly, and I thought they worked at a high level throughout the entire match. It was great. Look, I expect nothing but greatness when these two get in the ring together, and they didn't disappoint.
Is him and Cody for the title in San Fran?
Yes,
correct.
Ooh-wee. After
there's no way New Japan's that stupid.
Omega on the mic after the match. The Young Bucks come out along with Kota Ibushi, the Golden Elite. By the way, I love that Golden Elite T-shirt. I need to get it.
One of the Young Bucks, I think Matt Jackson said that Hot Topic ordered it. So Hot Topic's going to be selling it, and that's where I'm going to grab it. Because I'd rather buy go to, I'd rather get it from Hot Topic at a better price than have to deal with Pro Wrestling Tees. No offense to those guys. I know they're great at what they do, but their shipping prices and just the time it takes to get a shirt from them comparable to like Hot Topic or somewhere, it's just easier to wait for Hot Topic to get it in.
Omega said his final goal was to be IWGP Heavyweight Champion. He said with this match, he saw the future of pro wrestling. He says that they have all what they have all done is almost a miracle every day. He is told he isn't the best and should just take a payday and not push the envelope. He said that's not his way. He said that with his friends at his side, they can do anything. He said he's exhausted and almost died and wished everyone a good night. Cody Rhodes came to the ring but stopped halfway and to put the end on Dominion. On the flip side, well, at least CM Punk can say he was 1-1 this week, right? He got a win in court with him and Colt Cabana, but at UFC 225 in Chicago, Illinois, it didn't quite go Punk's way, did it?
Look! At least he didn't get. At least he made it all 3 rounds.
True.
What more can I really say? Like his UFC career is done. His MMA career should be done. And all eyes at this point, to me, should be back to Chicago. Not for this weekend, with WWE, but this September for All In. To see if by any stretch of the imagination, CM Punk makes an appearance at that show.
They announced that they were going to interview Punk after the fight, but that did not happen. Went all 3 rounds. Mike Jackson wins unanimously, 30-26. After the fight, press conference after the fight, Dana White says it should be a wrap. At 39, Punk showed all the heart in the world, and he loves him, but it should be a wrap. He also said that Mike Jackson's not coming back either. He was embarrassed by what transpired in the fight on Jackson's side, and regrets not placing it on the prelims of the card instead of putting it on the main card. But hey, I'm sure Punk sold some pay-per-view buys there, didn't he?
I'm sure he did. Probably not as many as he did the first time around. But at the same token, I bet he put asses in the seats in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
That from people that normally would not have attended that event. But I mean, they could have seen him on the prelims. He didn't have to be on the main card to put the people in the building. So, look, let's face it. Dana White did it to try to get pay-per-view buys. Let's not even try to bullshit it. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was
Dana White. Dana White felt that CM Punk could generate some buys, and he threw him on the main card, and it's as simple as that.
Yeah. I remember Overeem was complaining about it because Overeem was in the prelims and he got rocked again.
Oh, I loved seeing Overeem get his ass beat. I can't stand that dude. Anytime I see him get his ass beat, I smile.
I met the dude in 2010. He was pretty cool. He is when he won the Strikeforce World Heavyweight title, but yeah, that dude's really just fallen off the face of the earth. Yeah, he was complaining about Punk being on the main card, and Dana's like, once you sell as many pay-per-view buys as he does, and maybe you can get on that main card. Well, and then he got smacked up by, was that the first round in the prelims? He get TKO'd in the first round?
No, I think it was the second round.
Second round?
I think it was right. I think it was like 4 minutes and 59 seconds in the second round. Like he got taken down and he got clobbered. So I was laughing. I thought it was great.
So there were a shitload of tweets. I'm not going to go over them all, but what were your thoughts on Corey Graves' Twitter run after the fight?
I unfollowed the little bitch. Dude, you got beef with Punk, call the man. Text the man. Go to his house. You clearly, if you guys are such good friends, you know where he lives. keep this petty childish shit off Twitter. And honestly, to me, all Corey Graves showed this weekend is he's a little petulant child that wants to whine and cry on Twitter to his fan base and kick somebody when they're down. If you really cared about this guy like you claim that you do, you give him a fucking phone call.
Yeah,
don't fucking text him. Just give him a fucking phone call.
Apparently, Punk's not answering that call though. So.
Then go to his house. Mm-hmm. If you guys are such quote unquote good friends, go to his house.
Yeah.
Don't fucking. What he did was grade school bullshit on Twitter Saturday night. I let the first tweet go. Although I made a snide, subtweet comment about it. But then when he kept going, like on his fourth or fifth one, I'm like, yep, unfollowed. You're done. You gotta learn when to pick your battles. And that was a poorly picked battle. It was a one-sided battle because Punk ain't wasting his time on social media to deal with your ass.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Honestly, I lost a lot of respect for Corey Graves this weekend.
And then a former WWE executive director of marketing for WWE for a few years, Lou D'Angeli, also kind of laid into Graves for what he did as well. Said it's sad, or I'm so sad that Graves is so uncomfortable and distraught in his life that he targeted Punk tonight. I've never met Graves, to my knowledge, and that's not me being sarcastic. I've heard good things about him. It's sad to me to take advantage of someone online like Corey has done to Punk. Finally, Punk has pursued a dream and achieved it in the umbrella messaging of the world that should be celebrated. And tonight, the people that truly know him will celebrate. The ones he took care of when they were broken have forgotten the word pals. So, of course, Graves responded to that too and said, dude, I'm far from distraught. I'm in a good place. I'm just really bummed that I had a true friend turn his back on me for no other reason than the company that employs me.
You want a tissue, Corey?
Yeah, Punk did break his silence about 2:30 in the morning. Of course, he had to go to the hospital, so probably after that. You win some, you lose some. I'm 1-1 this week. I'll take it. Thanks to my team, my family, my friends, and the fans. Wouldn't be here without any of you. Respect to Mike Jackson. Thanks for the fight. You only live once, and I'm alive, as he posted a gif of the Shawshank Redemption. And Graves kept tweeting about Punk going into...
Yeah. Darryl, am I wrong here?
No, you're not at all.
Okay, I was just wondering, am I out of line for thinking... what I wanted thinking about Graves, or
no, that's just some sensitive.
Am I right on the mark?
That's some sensitive female shit right there, man. Pick the fucking phone up and talk to that man on the phone. He's supposed to be a man.
Yeah, 4 more tweets after Punk tweeted, and I don't, I don't know. Graves, go home. You're drunk.
Yeah, you know what? I really think that would honestly be, if he just came out and admitted that he was plastered. and he did that.
I miss my friend.
I'm like, okay, that happens. People get drunk and do stupid shit.
I want my friend back.
If you were of clear mind and you did what you did that weekend, dude, you got a lot of growing up to do.
Petty bullshit there. That's just, it was so weird. I was curious, because Matt, I haven't talked to Matt or Darryl about this situation at all this week, so I was curious to see what they had to say on that whole ordeal. That was just so weird. And then he just went on like another run at 3 a.m, after Punk had tweeted, he went on another run, and it's like, yeah.
Sensitive.
Ronda Rousey is going to the Hall of Fame. No, not the WWE Hall of Fame just yet, but she will be the first ever female inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame, the former bantamweight champion. The ceremony takes place July 5th in Vegas, and people from all over the sports world and sports entertainment world sending their congratulations to a woman who's looking to get her first WWE championship this weekend.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this announcement changed all of WWE's plans going into Sunday.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in our previews to see.
Yeah, we most certainly will. But I have a feeling that all of WWE's current plans that they had for Rousey and Natalya and everything might have went out the window when the UFC said, "Hey, we want to put you in our Hall of Fame."
So maybe that's why Natalya won the Fatal 4-Way, because we all know WWE logic. That means she ain't winning.
Yep.
Yeah, my mind got changed as the week went on. It changed from Natalya. I'm still not set on a woman yet. I will settle on one when we make our predictions. I'm not really settled on a man either for the ladder match. That's what I love.
I've got it down. I've got it down to 2 for the men right now.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I falter off my pick of Natalya, I don't know who I'm picking for the women. I really don't.
Hey,
I don't have a clue what they're gonna do.
That's what makes this weekend great. Unexpected.
Yeah.
WWE announced that British legend Johnny Saint is the general manager for the UK brand. The 76-year-old Johnny Saint has spent several months in Florida as a guest trainer at the Performance Center. And so once that brand kicks off, do you expect that brand to kind of kick off after this tournament, basically?
I believe they'll make an announcement at this tournament about an official day. And I do expect this. I do expect the UK brand to be its own entity by no later than the end of this year.
Well, it's already getting real now, as a general manager has been named.
Yeah, you don't set a general manager for shits and giggles. You know, if you're going to set a general manager, even before you've announced programming, then you know that you've got something going on.
This was before the fight, but during his workouts for UFC 225, CM Punk did an interview with MMA Fighting and says he's done with pro wrestling, and almost sounds adamant, but you guys aren't buying it, are you?
No, because the first person to question him about pro wrestling that week was Ariel Helwani. And they had to sit down about it, and Punk's just like, hey, I'll just be honest. There hasn't been a single wrestling promotion that has come to me and said, hey, we want to put you against X for this amount of money on this day. What do you say? He's like, nobody has come to me with that kind of offer. It's all just been, hey, if you're ever interested in doing something, we're here. You know, he's like, genuinely no one has made him a serious offer since he's left the WWE. And I feel like by the time he got to the MMA Fighting interview where he just flat out said he was done, I think he was just sick of answering the pro wrestling questions that week. Probably. Because he wanted to focus on the task at hand in the octagon. But I think his first answer was the truthful one. I don't think anybody has given him a real offer. And I think if Ring of Honor comes knocking with the right amount of money on the right amount of dates, that I think something can be worked out. I really and surely do. Do I ever see CM Punk back in the WWE? Probably not.
No.
Do I ever see CM Punk back in a professional wrestling ring again? Yes, I do.
Does Ring of Honor have the finances to do so?
Dude, they're owned by Sinclair Broadcasting. Of course they do. As long as Sinclair wants to pony up, they have the money. They most certainly have the money. I hear Cody and the Young Bucks get paid very well within their Ring of Honor contracts. I don't have exact figures, but I hear the money that ROH is paying those three individuals quite high.
What's your gut feeling right now? Is Daniel Bryan going to re-sign or leave?
Let's see how this weekend goes, shall we?
Oh, God, if Cass beats him.
If I'm Daniel Bryan and they tell me Cass is beating me on Sunday, I'm not re-signing.
I'll be like, hey, Joe.
There's no way in hell I'm re-signing.
Hey, Joe, how you doing? Got an opening?
Yeah. If I'm Bryan and I'm told I'm losing to Big Cass in Chicago, I'm not re-signing my contract with them. Like, there's no way in hell. And honestly, just the idea of Daniel Bryan back in Ring of Honor sends chills down my spine. So
no.
Brian
Danielson.
Well, clearly he will be the American Dragon, Brian Danielson.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm saying the idea of him being back with that company is just an unbelievable thought.
Yeah.
That 2 years ago, none of us ever saw as this being a feasible opportunity, and here we are sitting talking. 2.5 months away from Daniel Bryan's WWE current contract expiring, and he's an active competitor again. If I'm WWE, I'm doing everything in my power to kiss that man's ass right now, and get him to re-sign with my company. Because if you're dumb enough to let him go, and I think Vince might be dumb enough to let him go, but I think Triple H can see the forest through the trees.
Yeah.
And I think he knows what kind of ripple effect Daniel Bryan could have on this industry if they let him get away.
So that's the reason why get away.
There's no way in hell Big Cass beats Daniel Bryan this weekend.
Let him get away and join the same company that potentially CM Punk could be joining, along with Cody, the Young Bucks, and Morty. Imagine that war that could be brewing. Especially if they get WG in America. Imagine that war that could be brewing if we have Punk, Bryan, Bucks, Lethal, Skrull, Cody. Hello. Look out.
Oh, I just got chills again.
That's going to be trouble for WWE.
Ratings this week. Impact jumps up a hair to 296,000, still less than Total Bellas. Actually, Total Bellas had their...
Total Bellas is going up.
Total Bellas actually tripled that, more than tripled that. Total Bellas actually had their second best week ever, 734,000. So they're catching some steam now. I don't know, where are they at on Total Bellas now? I figured the shit ratings because people were tired of the Bella and Cena work, but are they still kind of him-homming around that? Do you know?
What do you mean?
Where are they at in the where are they at in the Total Bellas story right now to where they got these high ratings?
I'm honestly not sure, to be perfectly honest. I saw the first 3 episodes. I haven't seen episode 4 yet. I can't even remember if they broke up in episode 2 or 3. But it was very early on. I want to say it was episode 2, but I could be wrong. The shows like that just all blend together for me, and they're just like late night DVR watches when there's nothing else on TV.
Yeah. Monday Night Raw with a nice rebound heading into the go home show for Money in the Bank. They earn 200,000 viewers, 2.73 million. Stayed pretty steady throughout all 3 hours. There was a 200,000 person drop off in hour 3, but still remained relatively steady throughout the 3 hours. SmackDown Live saw an incremental increase, only 2.183 million, as SmackDown Live is struggling to find an audience right now, even though it's head and shoulders above Raw right now in terms of entertainment value.
I enjoyed SmackDown this week a lot more than Raw.
SmackDown was amazing this week. PW Insider, Mike Johnson, PW Insider, has revealed Ronda Rousey's role for the Shark Week. She'll be part of the 30th annual Shark Week on the Discovery Channel here coming up in July. And she's trained by a shark conservationist and shark attack survivor. And so she's going to get in the cage. Well, not with a shark, but get in the cage with the sharks in the ocean. And she's going to do a free dive uncaged, actually, too. So, yeah. She could I wonder if she could put a shark in an armbar. Pete'd probably get all over her for that, though, right?
I'm not even going to dignify that statement of the response.
Here's something you can dignify.
I'm not doing it.
Here's something you can dignify with a response. Enzo Amore has announced he's returning to pro wrestling.
For what?
For what?
I have not heard his rap single yet. I heard that was hot garbage.
I heard he's had 2 of them. I unfortunately listened to the first one. There's no way I'll listen to the second one.
Yeah, let's do the first one. Yeah, I would rather listen to somebody paint a wall.
Is that on CD anywhere? Someone painting a wall?
I hope Alexa might be able to help me out with that.
Possibly. He's going to be wrestling for House of Glory on August 17th in Jamaica. He's going to be called The Real One. Okay.
Oh, he's using his rap name now.
He's so cute.
All right. The Real One and Big Ass. All right.
Dude, that's the independent scene in 2019. You don't know it yet.
Right.
When Big Ass loses his job, he's gonna need a new name, and he's just gonna use the independent name Big Ass. And it's gonna be Real One and Big Ass.
Oh, they're gonna be a new tag team, the Real Big Asses.
Booking them indie dates, baby.
No, you just combine the names together. That's Real One Big Ass.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair were interviewed recently, and Hulk Hogan said his return to the WWE is moving quite quickly. Do you believe him?
Yes, because he's not dumb enough to say something like that if he's not telling the truth right now.
Where do you bring him back at? SummerSlam?
Yes. That, to me, that just seems like the prime place to bring him in.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing with him. He would have been the perfect spot to be the general manager for SmackDown, but Paige is doing that right now. Unless they have plans to make Kurt Angle a full-time Raw competitor, I could see it being the GM for Raw, but I don't know what you do with them. The main reason I want Hogan back in WWE is merchandising reasons. I want him back in the video games. I want his action figures back out. I hear Mattel, the main lead designer Mattel said they had to scrap 7 different Hulk Hogan designs that they were working on the day that years ago, and when they split off from Hogan from the company, so they had to cancel 7 different action figure designs they were going to do for him, and he sorely missed out of the video games.
Yeah.
When you get all the guys from the 80s, and you got Andre, and you got Savage, and you got Warrior, and you're you don't have Hogan, it just feels like the roster is incomplete.
Yeah.
So to me, the main reason I want him back with the company is strictly for merchandising purposes, because I never had the desire to see Hulk Hogan wrestle another match. It's not there. I don't want to see it, no. But I want to see him back, under that umbrella before it's too late. Because the last thing I want to do is wake up one morning and find out that dude has passed away, and he passed away before he could reconcile with the company, that him and the company that made professional wrestling what it is today.
Contract update for Ronda Rousey. Also, this was in the same interview with Chris Van Vliet.
This is bullshit.
What's that?
Bullshit,
huh? Rick has said that he claimed that Ronda signed a 1-year deal with the WWE.
Wrong.
So,
1-year deal.
Verified with my sources earlier this week. Ronda Rousey signed a multi-year contract to deal with the WWE in January. So Flair's it better happen by WrestleMania because she only signed a 1-year deal. Newsflash, Flair. If she only signed a 1-year deal, that means she'd be done by the Royal Rumble this year.
Pretty much.
Stop rambling when you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Freaking old man Rick. Yes, Ronda wants to have kids, but she signed a multi-year deal with the company, and she's not just gonna up and leave after WrestleMania next year. Just stop it.
As we recorded, Lucha Underground Season 4 kicked off. Of course, Season 3 ended with the demise of Prince Puma. Hey, Ricochet, how you doing? And Dario Cueto being shot and left for dead in his office. And the debut for Season 4, Pentagon Dark has to defend his Lucha Underground Championship for the first time, and Cueto's fate is revealed. Darryl, you watch yourself a little Lucha Underground?
I have not. I've tried to like keep up or try to get into it, and it's just too much going on in the house. So
yeah, I love the show, so I'm excited to see where Season 4 goes. I didn't think Pentagon would be back for Season 4, but apparently things worked out, so we'll see what happens there. Well, obviously things worked out, but it would have been weird considering he left his champion. Of course, they ended filming for that like shit almost a year and a half ago, so it's kind of strange.
Lucha and Impact are playing nice with each other now, so
yeah, so that's a good,
unlike years past, you're going to see people competing, in both companies now. And Lucha's finally understood that it's better off for them as a company and to get people to work for them to play well with other promotions within the wrestling industry right now. And I will give them credit for that. It took them 4 seasons to figure it out, but they finally learned their lesson.
So you mean to tell me we get to watch the Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan feud on Lucha now?
God, I hope not.
Yeah, yes, please. Yes, please.
No! Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I will disconnect right now.
Bye. Bye, Felicia.
You and Darryl can finish this show.
Bye, Felicia.
Fuck that feud.
Yeah, I loved the feud, and I'm even getting tired of it now, so that tells you something. Hey, this is some good news.
The guy who hasn't watched Impact in 3 months.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting tired of it through you guys, I guess, is what I'm saying. Because I realize it's...
Watch MLW.
I did, and we're going to talk about it today.
Sami Callihan's actually tolerable there.
He is. True. Actually is.
This is some good news, because he shouldn't have been released in the first place, but rumors are that James Ellsworth is going to be at Money in the Bank in Chicago this weekend. Yeah, that's the terrifying because he could be slated to help Carmella retain.
Exactly. Dude, as soon as I saw Asuka beat Carmella on Tuesday, I'm like, motherfucker!
Yeah, you know he's coming back just for that damn match.
But I'm happy to see Ellsworth back in the company. I
think Asuka wins on Sunday, but I think it's by count out or disqualification.
Yeah.
And I think Ellsworth has something to do with that finish. And dude, I agree. The guy should have never been released to begin with. He didn't do anything wrong.
I'm happy for the guy.
Just a cost-cutting measure. I'm happy the guy's coming back. But for crying out loud, can we stop dicking around Asuka already and let her get a fucking title on the main roster? Especially against the woman that can't even do a fucking roll-up.
Come on now, Matt. Mella is money.
Mella is garbage.
She belongs on the Riot Squad, right?
I couldn't... Dude, Liv Morgan can wrestle circles around Carmella.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
And how's that for the bombshell of 2018 on Lost in the Midcard? Liv Morgan can wrestle circles around Carmella.
You heard it here, folks.
If only I could ever get off my ass and figure out a soundboard, I would play an explosion sound for my mind blowing right there.
The truth was just dropped.
205 Live has been amazing lately. It's about to get better. Noam Dar is scheduled to be back soon. He suffered a meniscus tear in November.
Dude, who gives a fuck about Noam Dar? Leo Rush about to debut on that brand.
Damn right.
Leo Dude, Rush. His promos the last 2 weeks have been fire, man.
Yeah.
Like if you guys haven't seen his promos for on 205 Live the last 2 weeks, they've been really fucking good. Although they look like they were filmed in the exact same place for the EC3 promos from NXT, they're still really damn good promos. Like the fact that kid's only been in this industry a couple years, he's already got that promo game down tight.
Yep. And hopefully he has that Twitter game down tight.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I saw him and Ricochet going.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Like, so
I'm really hoping those guys are actually friends and they're just fucking with each other. I don't know the relationship between those two, but I really hope that was just those two guys. They're those two guys being friends, just clowning with each other. Because I don't want to believe that Leo Rush didn't learn his lesson from the Twitter game already. I really want to believe he's not that dumb.
I bet he was a hair away from being fired.
Ricochet started it.
Monday Night Raw was in Little Rock, Arkansas. Bobby Roode doing a promotional appearance on television, and said that the WWE is looking to build a new, larger performance center. So, obviously,
Triple H said he was wrong.
Oh, did he? I did not see that part.
Yeah, Triple H was on a conference call this morning. It said, "Well, Bobby Roode's quotes are glorious. They are not entirely accurate.
They're gloriously false."
And that while they're always looking for opportunities and stuff like that in the future, there are currently no plans to make a bigger, larger performance center than they have right now. So
we could close the chapter on Jeff Hardy's DUI in March. He had to turn over his driver's license, given a suspended sentence of 120 days, complete an assessment treatment class, and 48 hours of community service and $300 fine in court. So
it's really got to suck for him being on the brand without his brother now.
Yeah.
Like, who's he traveling with on the SmackDown brand? You know what I mean? You know, because if at least he was Raw, he could have traveled with Matt and shit. And now he's got 4 months where he can't even drive. So I wonder who Jeff Hardy's travel buddy is on the SmackDown brand.
I wonder if I would have a guess. Let's if I had a guess, I'd say Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, that was the first thing that popped up in my brain.
It would make sense. Those two have some damn good matches in the past and in the present. So
yeah, if you follow the double E on the YouTube, you'll see that Baron Corbin got his hair cut. He is now
damn time.
He's a bald constable. Yeah, he finally gave up he gave up the fight to baldness.
Bald ass Corbin.
Constable Corbin.
No, he's bald ass Corbin.
What do you think? We got a bald ass and a big ass on Raw.
Well, unfortunately, they're on separate brands, so they could form up to be the ultimate assholes.
Wow.
What? Oh, who? What?
Corbin's on Raw. Big ass is on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. What do you think
Damn
of
it, JB? Keep up.
Yeah, it's hard for me to keep up sometimes. What do you think of the constable thing?
I think it's shit.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I know what a constable is, but what the fuck is a constable?
It used to be Istanbul.
What the fuck are we using a constable for in the year 2018?
Correct.
I guarantee this was a Vince McMahon idea.
We're gonna say
everybody
from constable.
Constable Corbin.
Like
it rolls off the tongue.
Whatever, Vince. Whatever you say. Even though nobody in the year 2018 even uses that term, we'll go with it because that's what you want.
You could have said special appointee, secret helper, some shit. Not constable.
Constable. Definition 1. A peace officer with limited policing authority, typically in a small town.
Oh, okay.
Definition 2. Governor of a royal castle. So, A, a peace officer, B, a what? Okay, yeah. Vince, go home.
Like, neither of them even apply to what he's doing.
Not even a little bit.
It is so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're already backing off of that idea, because he showed up for one segment at the very beginning of
and I was glad. Less is
yeah.
more with that shit. You know, because it's terrible.
We talked about how Ring of Honor could be exploding if Punk and Danielson show up. They continue to expand and reach new horizons. They're going to make their debut in Madison Square Garden. It's going to happen in 2019. The date has not been revealed yet, but CEO of Sinclair, Chris Ripley, said that the move is part of a strategy to move the company to bigger venues out of that 2300 arena in Philly. Or what was it, Terminal 5? Was that another one that they used to go to?
Terminal 5, 2300 arena, Hammerstein. what's the little casino place in Vegas?
Yeah, Sam's Town.
Yeah.
You know when I'm running that date in 2019?
What date is that again?
They haven't announced the date yet.
You know when I'm running it?
All in 2.
No. When
you saying when or what?
When?
Oh, when? Mania weekend?
Damn right.
Oh, that would make sense.
I would run it. I'd run it either Thursday night or Friday night opposite the Hall of Fame. I'm not going head to head with NXT Saturday night, but Hall of Fame or Thursday night but Thursday night everybody's already in town anyway.
Right.
You know, and that way you can go unopposed against WWE and you can run the Garden. That's what, if I'm Ring of Honor, that's when I'm running my show at the Garden.
The only thing that stops
all those fans are in town.
The only thing that stops them is if the sorry ass Knicks play that same day.
That is a fantastic point.
They've been evicted.
What day is WrestleMania? Look, I'm gonna look up what day WrestleMania is next year and see if we can figure this out.
I don't even know what day it is. I don't even care because I'm not going this year.
Is the NBA schedule even out?
No, the schedule comes out probably in another month.
WrestleMania is April 7th.
I bet you they work the Knicks. I bet you they get the Knicks the hell out of town that weekend. I bet they're on a road trip during WrestleMania.
Yeah, you got to reserve that time like now before the schedule comes out.
But
so they would have to lock down to either April 4th or April 5th of 2019. Yeah. And it comes down to if the Knicks are playing.
I bet you the Knicks are way out of town. That weekend's going to be just. Well, I guess that
Knicks need to be playing in a high school gym that weekend.
Well, I just broke the news that Madison Square Garden evicted the Knicks, so especially because Porzingis may not even play next year.
Why not?
Oh, he tore his knee up. He might not be ready at all next year.
Oh yeah, he tore his ACL.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think it was bad enough that he wasn't going to be ready. How late?
Oh yeah, you can't recover from an ACL in basketball as fast as football.
February-ish.
Oh.
Yeah. Owner James Dolan said there's a good chance he's not playing next year. So
cancel the season.
The Knicks might as well cancel their entire season if they ain't got the unicorn. There's your sports beat minute on Lost in the Midcard, sponsored by Madison Square Garden. Well, the only I give a damn about NBA next year is where LeBron's going. That's all I care about.
Home of
dude, you know where he's coming. I'll explain this to you already.
Madison Square Garden, home of CM Punk versus Bryan Danielson at Supercard of Honor at Madison Square Garden.
I would make that trip just for that and come back home.
I would go with you.
I would go with you. I'd
have no desire to be up there for the rest of the WWE weekend.
Yeah.
But if Thursday or Friday night they're doing Ring of Honor at Madison Square Garden and it's headlined by CM Punk versus freaking Bryan Danielson, and you're going, I'm going with you.
I want to reserve a hotel just in case for that.
Just in case. Oh yeah. This will make Matt happy. We'll see a lot less of John Cena again because he signed on to do another movie. He will
Rush Hour 4.
He'll be co-starring with Jackie Chan in a film called Project X. Chinese private security contractor. I think that's played by Cena. No, just kidding.
It's really just a secret term for Rush Hour 4.
Yeah. Helps oil workers get out of danger in Baghdad, Iraq. And he partners up with a former Marine. John's like, I could play a Marine. So there you go. No word on when that comes out, but
no word on when anybody will ever see it.
I had an article pulled up here that McKenzie from Impact was gone, but apparently that was an erroneous report, so that article is deleted.
Yeah, she's not gone. And when I first read that this morning, I'm like, man, Impact, how fucking stupid are you? WWE's gonna snatch her up in a heartbeat.
Facts.
And yeah, it turned out to be fake news.
Mike Johnson wasn't fucking around. Yeah, we ain't using that contributor anymore.
Yeah, he's gone.
he gone.
Well, and I saw the name on the report. I'm like, who the fuck even is this guy? Like, I've never seen him tagged on any reports on this website before. So yeah, he's clearly not going to be used by them anymore. So one and done, jobber. You're gone.
A marathon.
Idiots.
A Bullet Club is Fine marathon is going to air on Access TV Saturday, July 7th, leading into the New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 special from San Francisco. So you can see just how fine the Bullet Club really is. It all gets started at 12 Eastern, where they show Kenny Omega against Jay White and Sapporo. You see Golden Lovers against Cody and Marty Scurll from Honor Rising. Golden Lovers and the Bucks from Strong Style Evolved. Bucks against Sonata and Evil. And they are going to also replay Omega Okada from Dominion. So a nice little lengthy marathon to get you ready for G1 on July 7th. And hey,
be good.
The Bullet Club is fine, you know.
It's really
fine.
not.
When you look at their merchandising numbers, they're fine.
Oh, the Golden Elite is fine.
Yeah.
Did you hear that they broke a record?
Yeah.
No, I did not hear.
They apparently they broke a record for most T-shirts sold of any T-shirt in a 24-hour period.
Oh, really?
On Pro Wrestling Tees with the new Golden Elite T-shirt.
Nice.
That's why Hot Topic chose to place an order.
Let's see how fast.
Because Hot Topic ain't fucking dumb. They saw the way that shirt was moving on Pro Wrestling Tees. They're like, all right, let me get in on that. Let me get on that shirt and get this in our stores. And I'd be like, yeah, baby.
Words, son.
Let me get that shirt, dummy. NXT this week. The War Raiders kill a couple of jobbers.
As they should.
They finally get some competition next week. Next week being basically the precursor to Takeover. So in front of the live crowd in Chicago, Hanson and Rowe are going to take on the Mighty. So that should be an interesting match. I wonder if the Mighty cheat to win that one. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be a squash here. Next week.
No, it won't be a squash. But I think the Raiders win.
They showed, of course, this is the go-home show before Takeover, so they showed a lot of lead-up, great video packages, one with Gargano and Ciampa leading up to their street fight. And the second match of the evening, EC3 Cassius Ohno. I was pretty excited for this one, but this really was not a long match at all, was it?
I didn't think it was a long match, but I thought what they gave us in the time that they were allotted, I thought was really good.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed on the length there, but third match of the evening, Bianca Belair, the EST of NXT, takes on Matt's favorite, Aaliyah. She's still with the company, apparently.
Shut your mouth.
Even though she's got a new look. Goddamn, how about that gorilla press slam by Belair there, throwing your girl Aaliyah down to the mat.
I fell in love with that.
What was that?
I fell in love with that.
And what's up with that blue lipstick? I know what Matt said on Twitter.
I said that privately. I'm not going to repeat it.
Yeah. Let's just say it's in the vein of what I had said about Liv Morgan on Twitter too. So just put the two together and you might figure it out.
I can think of some things that she could do with that blue lipstick.
Woo!
Oh my.
And Bianca Belair, Dakota Kai next week, also in front of the Chicago crowd to warm them up for Takeover, and you'll see that on NXT. Main event, holy fuck! Kyle O'Reilly, Pete Dunne, couple of mat technicians here. This was a fun fucking match, wasn't it?
Dude, they beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, not just them beating the shit out of each other, but the mat work, the counters, the holds, the submissions. I mean, it was just a sick match. I mean, I think people that aren't Ring of Honor fans like ourselves may have not seen this side of Kyle O'Reilly, considering he's been in tag teams. But this was a good showcase to let you know what the boy can do. Let me ask you this: does Pete Dunne retain against the UK tournament winner the next night?
It's hard to tell because you don't know who the UK tournament winner is going to be. Mm-hmm. So I really can't give you a straight answer on that. I need to know who wins the tournament before I can tell you if Pete Dunne's going to drop the title or not.
Dunne hit the better end on O'Reilly for the win. After the match, the Era come out to gang up on Dunne. Lorcan and Birch even up the numbers. They get the upper hand on the Era because, of course, they are going to get the upper hand at TakeOver. Spoiler alert. And then at the end, we got Lars Sullivan destroying Aleister Black. I think that's a good precursor to what's gonna, typical kind of.
I did not like this segment at all because any question or doubt that I had of what was going to happen in that main event completely went out the window with this segment.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way after what they did to Black tonight that he's going to drop that title on Saturday.
Yeah,
there's no fucking way.
Let's go right into it. 5 matches on the card. NXT Takeover Chicago this Saturday on the
bummed
W.
we didn't get 6.
Yeah, no Dunne and Cole.
I'm assuming Cole's going to be in the corner of the Era in the tag team title match.
But I just
Dunne
will probably be in the corner of the other guy.
Yeah, that's true. You're probably right. He probably will be.
That match that we're talking about for the tag team title is the Undisputed Era against Lorcan and Birch. No way the Era loses to those guys, right?
I don't believe so.
Darryl?
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't feel it either. I
this might be the most predictable takeover we've ever had.
I literally just
going
told
into
somebody
a show
that earlier tonight.
Yeah,
because there's been so many takeovers you were like, oh man, every match can go either way, and you see an argument for either way, and the reason why, it could go one way or another. I feel this might go down as one of the most predictable takeovers ever. I still think don't get me wrong, I still think the show's going to be incredible because they always are, but I really do think this is going to be a very predictable show.
Yeah, predictable doesn't always equal shitty. Sometimes you know what's happening, but you still are wowed by it. I think this card is still going to be amazing. Aleister Black, Lars Sullivan, we just covered it. I think across the board, we all believe Black's going to win after what happened tonight, correct?
Si, senor.
Absolutely.
Shayna Baszler and Nikki Cross, singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. Maybe this is why they've held Sanity off of television. Maybe they're waiting for Cross to get taken, lose to Baszler, so then she can finally go up to the main roster with them. Is that what you see here, Darryl?
Absolutely.
Matt?
Yeah, I think it's way too early to see Baszler drop the title. Although I'd love to see Nikki Cross get a reign. I don't think it happens on Saturday. And honestly, Sanity's missing a very magical piece of their puzzle without Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
And if this is their way to write her off of NXT and let her come up with the rest of Sanity for SmackDown, I think that would be a very good thing for all of them involved.
Yeah, because for some reason, Sanity and Authors of Pain are on milk cartons right now. I mean, we could have War Raiders and AOP by now, but instead, AOP's just sitting backstage every Monday night.
And they're not even acknowledged as part of the division.
Yeah, they weren't.
They weren't even in the Battle Royal. They weren't at the barbecue. It's just like, what'd you bring them up for?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with them and Sanity.
Vince is still running Raw.
It makes sense with Sanity if they were waiting for Nikki Cross to finish up this run with Shayna Baszler. And it's been a great run. I mean, these two ladies have had some great segments over the past few weeks, so I'm excited for it. But I'm with you here. Yeah, Baszler, she's too dominant to lose the title right now. She's got a chokehold on the women's division, and with nobody really threatening to come up next, Kairi Sane is probably going to be the next challenger.
I feel she'll probably be the next challenger, but I feel whoever wins the second Mae Young Classic is going to be the person to dethrone Baszler.
Yeah.
I don't know, because as dominant as Bianca Belair has seemed, bench pressing chicks.
True.
They're both heels, though. They're not going to match those two up.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Bianca's a heel for now, but you never know what could happen down the line. I mean, by the time we get to the point where Bianca is in that position, she could be a babyface by that point. Who knows? I mean, that's 6 months away possibly. So
we also need to keep in mind that eventually the 4 horsewomen are going to form on the main roster.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Rousey's 4 horsewomen.
I don't see that anytime soon, especially with the last 2 coming in so late.
Yeah, but I just feel like you don't know how long she's going to be down there for.
Baszler will be up on the main roster by next year.
Oh yeah, easily. This will be the show stealer of the night. Ricochet, Velveteen Dream. This is just every time these guys are in the same room, it's gold. And now we're going to see it in a hopefully a 20-minute match. Matt, how do you see this one going down?
I gotta go Ricochet. I love Velveteen, but I feel there's more long-term upside to Ricochet in NXT right now, and I feel like Ricochet's got to get the win right now. So
Darryl,
I'm going with the Dream.
Ooh, I gotta break the tie. I'll
just put it to you like this. My reasoning behind it is simply because when is the last time Dream has actually won a match, let alone on TakeOver?
Yeah.
All the more reason why I don't think he's going to win on Saturday.
The thing is here, though, the winner here could be the one in line to face Aleister Black next.
Either that or either. I mean, I can see that as well. I mean,
you could get a rematch of Dream and Black for the title.
I don't want to go back to that. That feud's already been done, and the feud was amazing. I don't want to go back to that feud.
Well, let me ask you this real quick before JB goes back into it. Who would be next? I mean, obviously you guys think EC3 would be next, but outside of that,
I think EC3 is next in line after Lars.
Well, he may be feuding with Gargano though.
Yeah, and that's what I see. I see that happening.
Maybe Ciampa then.
Beauty of NXT. Oh, Ciampa.
Yeah.
If Ciampa beats Gargano, you could easily make an argument if EC3 costs Gargano that match, and Gargano gets sidelocked into a feud with EC3, you could easily see Ciampa and Aleister Black for that championship in Brooklyn. Easily.
You just revealed my prediction.
That was mine too.
I back to Ricochet and Dream though. I do feel Ricochet is going to be the one position to win here. I think Dream still.
You guys are talking about the world title here. I think this match is more who's going to be the next challenger for Adam Cole.
Good point.
Than it is for the next challenger for the world title.
Yeah, but if you remember, they were having that conversation. Those two and Lars Sullivan were having that conversation about who's gonna.
But Lars quote unquote beat them both, and Lars got the shot. So I feel this is more about Adam Cole, because Adam Cole's got to defend the title in Brooklyn. If he ain't defending it in Chicago, he damn well has to defend it in Brooklyn. Yeah. And I feel Adam Cole and Ricochet would be an awesome fucking match.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. That's where that's going to go probably. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. I mean, it's going to be impossible to top New Orleans. What in the hell are they going to do in the street fight?
They're going to hit each other with cars.
Well, originally this match was scheduled to be a last man standing match.
Yeah,
and thanks to Money in the Bank doing that stipulation with Styles and Nakamura, they decided to change it to a street fight. Yeah, I don't think they can top what they did at the last Takeover. And I do think there will be some shenanigans in this finish, be it from Candice or from EC3 or whatever. And yeah, I feel like by hook or by crook, Ciampa wins this match.
I honestly think we're not going to see Candice at all in this match. I don't think we're going to see her at all.
I hope you're right. I don't want her involved. The last thing I want to do is see her turn heel.
Like she walked out the door when she saw that Gargano was going to get in a street fight with Ciampa. I think she walked out the door and is not going to be involved until this is done. That's my gut feeling on that.
Hey, Impact, stop stealing ideas from NXT. Eddie Edwards and Sami Zayn.
Man, it's going to be a fun ride though.
I can't wait.
I think Ciampa's going to win, though. I think EC3 is going to cost Gargano. I think Ciampa's going to be the next one in line for Black now. That makes a lot of sense now.
No, it does. It does. I'm just at the same time. I just think that
I think we've already written the card for Brooklyn 4. War Raiders Undisputed Era, Ricochet and Cole, Black and Ciampa. EC3 and Gargano. That's 4 of the 5 matches. Now we just got to
we just need to figure out who Baszler's facing, which is probably going to be Kerry Sane. So yeah,
I'm sorry, I really don't want to see that match.
We just wrote.
I thought they had a really good match in the finals of the Mae Young Classic.
It was, but I mean, it's like beating a dead horse.
I think that horse is far from dead. They've only faced each other like twice.
It's not on the Eddie and Sammy level yet, huh?
No, not even close. But yeah, I feel like we might have already figured out the Brooklyn card before they had.
Hey,
but dude, they could easily have Ciampa get that title from Black and have Gargano beat Ciampa for the title at Survivor Series weekend.
Oh, that'd be great.
Like they could easily go back, because just because Ciampa wins doesn't mean this feud's over. They both go, on a side quest, quote unquote, for Brooklyn, but return to the scene of the crime, so to speak, Survivor Series weekend. Because I could totally see Black being called up after SummerSlam.
Can I get Dream, Cole, and Ricochet? Can I? Maybe.
Well, it would heavily depend on how the finish of the Money in the Bank match this weekend goes.
Yeah.
I just want to see Dream on Takeover.
Survivor Series is in LA.
Maybe Adam Cole just comes out and lays them both out.
Makes a lot of sense.
Oh, I do not want that to be a finish. I do not want that to be a finish at Takeover.
I don't want it to be a Takeover finish either, but look,
Vince was
booking it could happen.
Yeah, Vince was booking it. Yeah, that's great. Hey, let's do a little something different on Lost in the Midcard. Matt, let's talk some MLW. We've been watching some MLW over the past month. What are your thoughts overall with Fusion on beIN Sports?
I feel the overall product is much better than what Impact's putting out right now. I like that it's only an hour. I feel that the presentation and the style that they promote is much better than Impact's. I like their commentary team a hell of a lot better than Impact's. I think their roster is a very talented group of people. And, I'm happy to have another pro wrestling, promotion with a national television presence that I can watch on a weekly basis. I think they're really good. If you're looking for an alternative and you're sick of shit like Impact and whatnot, and you don't want to watch that, try MLW out. I think there's a good chance that you'll end up really enjoying it.
Yeah. I discovered about a month ago that we got beIN Sports, so it may be buried deep in your cable or satellite channels. But have you gotten a chance to watch MLW Fusion, Darryl?
I've caught one episode with Shane Strickland and Pentagon, which is pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, I think that was like the episode from like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about that match on the first episode that I started watching. So I think that was 3 episodes ago. Was that match? But Strickland's good, dude.
Yeah, he is.
He is. Of course, I've seen him in action as Killshot in Lucha Underground, and now he's the MLW champion. And I think he's been PWG champion before too, if I'm right. Or no, actually, I think it's CZW. I think he was CZW champion. First match of the evening, Filthy Tom Lawler. He used to be in the UFC. He's now part of Team Filthy with a guy you may recognize, Simon Gotch. And I can't remember the other guy in Team Filthy. He took on Fred, how do you say his last name? Is it Yahi? Yahi? Yahoo?
Yahi or something like that, yeah.
Pretty good lengthy match between those two guys. Team Filthy, obviously, the heels got the advantage there on old Freddy. Maxwell J. Friedman, that guy, that almost seems like an EC3 clone to me, doesn't it?
I definitely get EC3 vibes off of his character, yes.
He's got good presence, though. I give him that, but definitely a lot of EC3 in him there. Selena De La Renta, she is the big heel manager for Pentagon and for Phoenix, and
she's pretty hot.
Yeah, she is.
She's pretty hot. She put a $20,000 bounty on Shane Strickland's head. Who's going to collect it, though? That's the question.
Shit, I might go down there and collect on it.
That would be the man who confronted Shane Strickland on this same episode, in my opinion.
Perhaps.
Loki.
His voice is just... Loki's voice is just so...
He sounds like an evil villain in a 1970s cartoon.
I'm gonna go take you down.
You will not defeat the man of honor, Loki.
I wrestle in a suit because I can.
I really hope he doesn't wrestle in that suit in MLW, because I know that was an Impact idea.
Maybe that was him idea. Maybe that was his idea.
I really hope not.
Maybe that was his idea. Definitely the first time in 175 episodes of Lost in the Midcard that we did low-key imitations, though.
There's always a first. Lost in the
if Corbett Kane can wrestle in some slacks, so can Loki.
Maybe Loki will come back. Jimmy Yuta and Jason Cade, they did a photo shoot. I guess they're a tag team. I'm not familiar with those dudes
I'm
yet.
not familiar with them either, but it was very clear. Just from to me, that segment was a perfect example of how they're doing things better than Impact.
Okay.
Because Impact has segments that just you're watching and you're like, what the fuck did I just watch? This segment was very clear that this tag team was about this guy had the ultimate ego and he feels it's all about him, and the other guy is,
non-existent.
He thinks that, he's carrying the entire team. It was very evident in just that segment. I didn't know the characters at all. I've never seen them wrestle. But I very much understood the concept of the segment, and I appreciated that, and I completely got what the story that they were trying to tell within the show, which is something that Impact has a terrible time trying to do as of late.
Yeah, they're doing a photo shoot where Cade's in front, and the cameraman asks for you to step up front, and Cade's like, no.
That doesn't work for me.
I'm leaving. Sawyer Fulton, who formerly of Sanity, and Sami Callihan, they accompanied Big Leon Scott to the ring as he faced MVP. MVP, of course, feuding with Sami Callihan right now. This really didn't get too far before the three guys jumped MVP. I did not even realize that was Sawyer Fulton.
I didn't either until you just told me.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Kodo Brazil comes out and makes the save. Tried to make the save, but Kodo's kind of a little guy too, and those...
Dude, Kodo and Rich Swann had a match on Fusion last week.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Was that
those guys just tore the fucking roof down, man.
What's that, Darryl?
Was that before he got his new haircut?
Oh, Swann.
Swann got a haircut?
Yeah. Like,
I haven't seen this
bad. And he shouldn't have.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it for you, Matt, so I can send it to you.
Twitter right now.
I think I can find it. Hold on.
This is definitely before he got the haircut, because I didn't notice
well, this was
anything
taped,
out of the ordinary with him.
Yeah, this was taped, so.
Oh, yeah, I found it, Matt. Let me send it to you.
God, I'm scared.
I'm scared.
You should be.
Yeah, is that what they call a skullet? I think that's what they call it.
I don't see anything yet.
Hold on.
Here, I got a Twitter link.
Here you go. I just sent it.
I think that's what they call the skullet in the hair game.
I think it's horrible.
I mean, it's like shaved basically to the top.
He looks like Baron Corbin with locks.
Yeah, but he's more bald than Baron Corbin. At least Corbin had hair in the front of his face.
What the fuck do you do, Rich?
Yeah, I bet Sue Young was impressed
oh
with
my
that.
God.
Somebody called Brutus the Barber Beefcake to finish that
Dude,
job.
he goes blonde. He's like a black Hulk Hogan now. What the fuck did he do? I can't handle your new haircut, Rich. I'm sorry. I can't handle it.
I don't think many the internet couldn't handle it. That's for damn sure.
What the fuck?
As we mentioned, Shane Strickland in the back, and he's being interviewed about the bounty. He says he's the world champion, he's a leader, he's a role model, he sets an example for the locker room. Doesn't matter who Selena brings, he'll take them down. He goes down the hallway, and there's Low-Key, and Low-Key tells Strickland he's got a lot on his plate. You might need a guiding hand to get you through the process, and offers him a solution to the problem. But Strickland says, nah, I'm good. I think that's some foreshadowing, Matt. I'm pretty sure. Damn. Main event time. ACH and Rey Fenix, man. Woo!
Yeah, this is a great match.
If you haven't seen this one yet, go out of your way to do so. This was amazing. With Rey Fenix getting the win over ACH with the Muscle Buster driver. Very lengthy match. A lot of shit going on in this match, so definitely go out of your way to see that one. MLW. Look at that. We're talking some MLW because we're loving it. Let's go from that to Monday Night Raw. 8 people standing on ladders in the middle of the ring to kick off the show. I thought this was just an entire clusterfuck of a segment.
It was just as terrible as the last time they did it.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a big clusterfuck. That's all I got to say about that.
Vince wrote it.
Well, yeah.
It was funny, pal.
But the women in the Fatal 4-Way, they tore it down, didn't they?
Oh yeah, the Fatal 4-Way was great.
Alexa Bliss, Natalya, Sasha Banks, Ember Moon. You don't see too many women's matches get 2 commercial breaks. These ladies went 21 minutes, a phenomenal match, with Natalya winning it in the end, which Swerve. We'll mention that in our predictions coming up here. But God, the ladies had a good week. I mean, I love the ladies segment to kick off SmackDown, and I love the ladies main event on SmackDown too. The women here did great. I thought Bayley and Ruby Riott was good. We'll talk about that. I think the women had a good week this week leading up to Money in the Bank, we'll have to say. Finn Balor in the locker room getting ready because the men also have a fatal 4-way for the men that are participating in the ladder match. Kevin Owens trying to talk Balor into working with him to take out Braun Strowman, and Owens didn't have an olive branch, but he handed a bowl of olives to Finn Balor. That's the same thing, right? As an olive branch?
I'm not commenting.
Breezango got killed by McIntyre and Ziggler. So they kind of proved their dominance after Ziggler got taken out early in that tag team battle royale in the last week. Do you think? Talk to you guys here about Ziggler and McIntyre. Do you think it? Do you think over time, every time, the more and more that Ziggler causes a loss, and then eventually Drew just beats the shit out of him? Is that where we're going with this team?
Strong possibility.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, did you guys see that backstage interview on .com after the tag team loss, and Drew just stared a hole through Ziggler while they were doing that interview?
I didn't see that one.
I don't watch anything with Ziggler in it that I don't have to.
McIntyre didn't even say a word the whole interview, just stared at Ziggler the whole time. It's like, oh god, are they breaking these guys up already? But they kind of put that to rest for now as they destroyed Breezango. They showed a graphic about how Brock Lesnar's Universal Championship reign lasting more than CM Punk's, with about a tenth of the matches that Punk had. Can we get that over with already, huh?
Just Vince being Patty.
Mahal and Roman, for some reason, we're going to have a match 6 days before their match at Money in the Bank, but Swerve, Sunil Singh got murdered by Roman Reigns with about a minute, and Mahal jumping Reigns from behind after the pinfall. Actually not hating this feud. I actually kind of digging this feud a little bit. I think they're going to have a good match at Money in the Bank. I'm not hating this feud at all. Actually been pretty well done in my opinion. B Team took out poor Heath Slater and Rhino. Jeez, they lose in 2 minutes to the B Team. Far cry from being the first ever SmackDown Tag Team Champions, huh?
Sigh.
Rhino didn't even get in the match. After the match, Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt appear on the stage, and Matt said that after they are finished with the B Team, they're going to eat them and delete them. Good old Matt Hardy. Welcome, Matt Hardy. Another feud that I've really been enjoying, and it's only been going on a couple weeks, is the feud between Elias and Seth Rollins. I thought this has been a real good feud. Elias with his weekly concert and talking shit about the Architect, calling Little Rock a toilet, and he puts the guitar down and shows off a customized guitar that John Mayer gave to him. Yeah, right. Pretty cool looking guitar though. Didn't the Honky Tonk Man used to have painted guitars with the IC belt on it back in the day?
Ooh.
I can't. Didn't he?
I don't think so.
I honestly don't remember. I know he had stuff like that on his tights. From time to time, but I can't remember if he ever had a guitar or not like that.
That was a pretty sweet looking guitar, well, until Rollins stomped it. Not a bad thing.
Ray Charles saw that coming.
Yeah.
Or you get Byron yelling out, "Oh, he stomped out the guitar that John Mayer gave him." The hip hop artist John Mayer. Dude,
that was Coach.
Oh, was that Coach? Yeah, it was Coach.
Yeah.
And then Coach tried to play it off on the internet afterwards, like, "Oh, I did it to rile up the marks on the internet. I know who John Mayer is." I'm like,
dummy, no.
Yeah, I don't really buy it, Coach. I'm sorry.
Yeah, John Mayer. Yeah, John Mayer has an album with 2 Chainz coming out next summer.
I thought it was Pusha T, but
maybe
it's both. Maybe both. Yeah, maybe he's got 2 albums coming. Bobby Roode getting ready for his fatal 4-way match, and Kevin Owens approaching him, telling him, "Hey, we got to work together to take out Strowman." And he's thinking of he's going to take it under advisement. Bayley taking on Ruby Riott. Pretty good match between the 2 ladies. I mean, if we could just get rid of the rest of the Riott Squad, right, Matt?
They're still better than Carmella.
Which is a rousing statement, considering...
I don't like the Garbage Squad one bit.
Nope.
But if you want to talk in-ring talent, all of them can wrestle circles around Carmella.
This is very true.
What are you guys what are your guys' thoughts so far on this Nia Jax Ronda Rousey, the build to this? I just think it's been bad segment after bad segment, except when it got physical here, it was good, but it's just not. I don't know. What are you guys on the same page as me here?
Yeah, I'm just not entertained. But I mean, we obviously know what the outcome's going to be. But it's just like, at least try to work my imagination a little bit. You know what I mean? Or make it more entertaining or interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with her going to the UFC Hall of Fame, I refuse to believe that WWE is not going to use this opportunity for Ronda Rousey to be the WWE Raw Women's Champion when she's inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame. To me, that's WWE marketing 101. And
yeah, how many outlets are gonna pick up on that Sunday night when she wins the title?
Yeah,
you know, they just cannot wait to put the title on her because of the attention they're gonna get with it. So.
Yep.
But it's been a terrible build. They don't jive off each other well, promo wise. Ronda still needs to work on her promos a little bit, but they just have not meshed well in promos.
Not at all.
Once it got physical, we saw that she could put the armbar down. That was cool, but I mean everything else leading up to this, it's just been a shit show. Kurt Hawkins tries a unique way to end his 200-match losing streak by dressing up as one of the members of the conga line, but that did not work. No Way Jose makes it 201. I'll tell you what here. Speaking of shit shows, the Sami Zayn Bobby Lashley feud has been a shit show.
The Nia Jax Ronda Rousey build-up has been better than that shit.
Yeah, dude, Sami and Bobby Lashley make Nia and Ronda Rousey look like Austin Rock.
Yeah. I'll give this segment credit. Even though I sighed at the thought of an obstacle course and I'm flashing back to the original NXT days, I thought this segment was the best thing this feud has had by far. I thought it was pretty cool to see Lashley tear through the course, and pretty cool, pretty good to see Zayn with the cheap heel attack. I thought this was the best by far segment, but that's a real low bar.
I was going to say you're damning with faint praise.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we get the Fatal 4-Way, which, what did you guys think of the main event? I thought it was really solid. How about that fucking frog splash off the top of the ladder?
Yeah, I love KO for that one.
Woo!
The main event went exactly how I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, Braun Smash, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
After KO did the frog splash through the off the top of the ladder through the announce table, the three men worked each other until Braun stirred, and Braun even after that took on all two finishers and another frog splash. He took the glorious DDT, he took the coup de grace, he took another frog splash from KO, but he still survived and hit Owens with a running power slam on top of a ladder after 26 minutes in the main event. Great main event, great Fatal 4-Way. Again, this was, we didn't cover last week's Raw, but to me, Matt, this was like a carbon copy of last week's Raw. It was like a good open and a good ending and 2 hours of shit in between.
Yeah. Two fantastic matches can't save a 3-hour show.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, I don't know about you guys if you guys are enjoying it as much as I am, but I'm really enjoying the Elias and Seth Rollins feud.
I am as well.
For a feud that's only been built for 2 weeks, they're doing head and shoulders above most of the other feuds that are on the Raw brand right now. So, SmackDown live from Memphis, Tennessee this week, and as Matt said on Twitter, he was happy to see that not everybody was on ladders to kick off the show.
So happy.
We start off the show with a Money in the Bank ladder match summit with the Raw GM page in the ring with Charlotte Flair.
The Raw GM page?
Or SmackDown, yeah.
You job.
Shut up. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Lana, and Naomi. They all talked about how they're going to win the match. And then the Great Iconics come out and do what they do best, annoy people and make fun of people. And fuck it, the Iconics are great, aren't they, Matt?
I think they're a great heel act. I just hope they aren't overlooked in the weeks and months to come.
They make fun of Charlotte and Becky and Naomi and then the great Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville come out. I love Mandy Rose's entrance music, by the way. It's just great.
It's good stuff.
Mandy says the four of us women outside here are better than those four in the ring. Hello. We got a tag match playa, but not right away. That'll be in the main event. Some more to come. But the 8 women brawl on the outside. I thought overall it was a great open. A lot better than the open to Raw.
It was much better than the open in the Raw.
I love the brawl. It was everything about it was just good. It was good, you know. It's good to see the women really getting highlighted here. And they showed a clip from Raw 4 years ago because Memphis, Tennessee was the site of Occupy Raw. And they showed a clip of Shelton Benjamin pinning Randy Orton 2 months ago on SmackDown Live as well, setting up the match between Bryan and Benjamin, the first of 3 first-time ever matches on SmackDown Live this week. And damn it, man, Darryl, Bryan and Benjamin, they did a pretty good job with the 10 minutes they were given, didn't they?
Pretty good. They made wine out of water.
Both working on each other's legs, trying to get each other to tap out. And finally, after 10 minutes, Bryan slaps on the heel hook and Benjamin taps out. Matt, what did you think of this match here?
I'm still not sold on Daniel Bryan using the heel hook as a finisher. But other than that, I thought the match was great.
Yeah, the yes lock has a lot more electricity to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, the heel hook is a very boring maneuver, and I mean it's something that would really that works in like the UFC. But to me, it's just not something that really appeals to me as a wrestling fan as a finish to a match.
I really hope maybe somewhere down the line, Bryan and Benjamin could get a lengthier match, because with the 10 minutes they were given, this was just a great show. The Miz backstage in a referee shirt, trying to get into referee the Samoa Joe Rusev match later on in the evening because he wants to stir the shit up. And Paige lets him to be the guest referee for that match,
which made absolutely no sense because she freaking told him at first no.
Yeah.
And by the end of the segment, she said, okay, you can do it. And I'm just like, I even tweeted, I'm like, the segment made no sense, but at least the two of them together were entertaining, so I'll just let this slide.
I liked Miz coming up with a movie title about teaching a dog how to refer. It was so stupid. It was so stupid. It was funny. I was wondering what I was looking back at your tweets because I didn't watch SmackDown until this morning. So I was wondering what segment you were talking about there, and I couldn't quite pinpoint what you were talking about. If it was that or
that was it,
or the AJ Styles Jerry Lawler. This was a
I thought the AJ Styles Lawler segment was a great old school piece of business.
Oh, I
it
love
reminded me of like Saturday Morning Superstars when Mean Gene would have somebody up there on the podium conducting an interview with somebody. That's what that reminded me of. I thought that was fine. I enjoyed that.
They did the same thing with Renee and Nakamura, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. I love that little. That's where the Raw announce table is. So they got a little open spot there. So they do that for interviews now on SmackDown. I love it. It was a really short interview. I was hoping to be a little more, but it's still cool to see Jerry come out in his hometown. Samoa Joe Rusev for the first time ever. I wanted a little more out of this match, but I knew with Miz being the referee, we weren't going to get the great Joe Rusev match, so my expectations were low anyways, but I still think these two bulls put on a pretty good fight, though, don't you think, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't expect more than what you got with the Miz being the referee.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was what it was.
Hey, Rusev gets a pinfall victory over Joe. How about that, huh?
Well, if Joe won, I wouldn't have been too confident in him going into Sunday, so...
Yeah. About 4 months ago, we wouldn't have thought Rusev would be beating Samoa Joe. So after the match, English got a ladder and Rusev hits Joe with the ladder, and was setting up the ladder to climb and grab the briefcase, but Miz came in, hit the skull-crushing finale, grabbed the briefcase, and put it on the announce table, and said, that contract in there is mine. And Saxton opened up the suitcase, said, there's no contract in here. And it was full of pancakes. The Miz's nemesis, pancakes. The best part about this, I don't know what was funnier, Miz's reaction to pancakes in the briefcase, or Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods sharing a T-shirt.
I don't know.
That was so random, but so fucking funny. Seeing Woods and Kofi sharing a T-shirt, just so random and weird. Are we still? Are we a consensus here that we think it's going to be Big E?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up is another first-time match. Before that, though, a commercial aired for the next WWE 24 documentary, The Hardy Boys, that'll debut on the network after Money in the Bank. God, is there gonna? I wonder if there's even gonna be a post-show though after that too. I don't know. Hope not, because pay-per-view's long enough, ain't it?
Yeah.
Starting at 7.
It's gonna be a long night. Like, dude, I'm at the point where if this show isn't awesome, I don't even know if I want to record a post show.
Yep. So all right, we'll be TBD on that.
Yeah.
First time ever, Shinsuke Nakamura, Jeff Hardy. These guys put on a hell of a show for the time that was given. Again, promise of hopefully a lengthier pay-per-view match somewhere down the road. But once again, Nakamura strikes with arm to balls for the disqualification, as Jeff Hardy was getting ready to actually maybe look like he was pulling off the upset. After the arm to balls, Nakamura hits the Kinshasa on Hardy and counts to 10. I fully expected when Nakamura said 9, AJ was going to come out and fight him. I was surprised that we had no AJ here. You?
AJ hasn't worked a house show in weeks. I think he's dealing with some kind of injury, and if he is, he might end up actually dropping the title on Sunday due to that.
So maybe that's why he didn't come out and confront Nakamura?
Dude, he hasn't wrestled a match in like over 3 weeks. I think there might be something to it. And if he's hurt, they're gonna have to take the title off him on Sunday, even if that wasn't the plan to begin with.
Yeah, you never want to see a guy like AJ get hurt, but at the same time, it's meaningless. The whole thing's meaningless if Nakamura didn't come out with the title. So, maybe it plays out in the end where AJ takes a couple of months off to rest up. Nakamura has the title, and we got our SummerSlam rematch. Next up is Big Cass getting interviewed by Renee Young. I'm not going to ask Matt how he thought about that promo. Actually, Cass's promos are fine. It's just, we just won't go there. And then a great main event. Earlier in the show, Asuka went up to General Manager Paige asking for Carmella tonight after what she did to her last week. Paige says, no, I can't do that, but what I can do is put you in the match and make it a 10-woman tag match. And Darryl, these women, I said it before, they opened up the show with a bang, and they closed the show with a bang, didn't they?
Yeah, they gave me a lot to look for Sunday.
Except they also gave us something not to look forward to, right, Matt? When Asuka put the Asuka lock on Carmella, huh? Because if you've taken WWE Logic 101 with either Professor Black or Professor Bennett, the first rule of WWE Logic 101 is the last thing you see is not what you'll see on the pay-per-view. And and now the word of Ellsworth coming back. The pieces are coming together.
Ellsworth.
Pieces are coming. Great SmackDown, though, right, guys?
No, yeah, I did. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
I enjoyed it.
So then that leaves us with Money in the Bank. 10 matches on the card, 1 on the pre-show, 9 on the new supersized main show. Remember, kids, the pre-show starts at 6 Eastern, 5 Central now, and the main card starts at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. But chance that the show gets done a little earlier now. Hopefully that's the case for our sake for recording. So here we go with our predictions. Match number 1. Darryl, we got Daniel Bryan and Big Ass.
That was my best Matt impression right there. I'll just say Daniel Bryan just for my sanity.
Matt, can we get your Matt impression on this match? There we go. There it is.
Look. There should be no
out. Cass goes over, we riot, basically, right?
No, dude. If Ass goes over, Daniel Bryan's gone. And that's the way I feel about. Like, I feel WWE cannot be stupid enough to let Bryan lose this match on Sunday.
Remember,
because to me, I feel like Bryan has all of the pull and momentum on his side right now, and if you're gonna dick him around before he signed a new deal, why the fuck would he stay?
And Cass is in the doghouse for all we know still.
Yeah, well, we're gonna find out on Sunday, aren't we?
I go with Daniel Bryan as well. WWE Intercontinental Championship, Seth Rollins taking on Elias. I'm going Elias here. I think Seth Rollins is going to be poised for the Universal run once the hostage situation with the Universal title is over. I think that's going to be Seth Rollins to chase, whether it's against Brock Lesnar or if Reigns is going to take it from Lesnar. But I think Rollins is going to be in the world title picture somewhere in 2018. Elias has been great with what he's done. I seriously think Elias wins this match here. Matt, what's your prediction?
Rollins retains. Reigns beats Brock at SummerSlam. Rollins is not going to be in the title picture for the time being. Although that would be the right call for WWE to make, WWE will again make the wrong call and allow boos to shower down from the Raptors of the Brooklyn Barclays Center as Roman Reigns finally gets rid of Brock Lesnar from the WWE once and for all at SummerSlam.
Hey, I'll still be cheering that because the hostage situation will be over.
Listen, just because I'm going to Brooklyn, I'm going to tell you I don't want to see Reigns and Brock. So
I don't want to see it either, but it's going to happen.
Yeah,
we didn't want to see it at WrestleMania either.
Yeah, I'll say I got a strong suspicion Elias is going to win it as well.
Yeah, I feel like Elias is going to win too.
I am very confident in the fact that Rollins retains on Sunday.
And I'll tell you, I'm like one of the biggest Seth Rollins fans, but I just see Elias. It's just what my heart's telling me, Elias.
A shit feud, but hopefully we get a good match out of it at least. Bobby Lashley, Sami Zayn. Darryl, how do you see it going down?
I probably won't see it going down because I'll probably go upstairs to get something to eat, but I'm just going to go Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, if I got to poop at that time, well, that's going to be a good time to go poop.
There you
go. What's your prediction at least?
I'm going to go Lashley.
Yeah, I think WWE's pushing Lashley at this point. They have not booked him well. I mean, come on, look at some Impact Wrestling tapes for crying out loud. That's how you book the man. But Lashley's going to go over Zayn here. Matt?
Hello?
Matt died.
Hello?
Matt, you still with us, Matt?
You're the one that dropped out.
Oh.
Darryl, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bud.
All right. Matt, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think? Lashley?
Yes, Lashley.
Roman Reigns, Jinder Mahal. I think we just answered that question with our little SummerSlam diatribe, right?
Yep.
I'm really about to take my ticket back and try to sell it for like a bag of peanuts or something.
Yeah, you could get face value for your ticket if you want to get rid of it. You ain't got it, guys.
No, I'm just like.
I was gonna say face value for a bag of peanuts, or
No, like seriously, if you don't want to go to SummerSlam, dude, you could easily sell that ticket.
I'm going because it's my bucket list to hit the big four, but I'm just like I don't want to see that shit no more.
Well, nobody does, but it's gonna happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, and we've been talking about this all night. Carmella, Asuka, we all are. Are we all pretty much on the same page, feeling confident Ellsworth's going to cost Asuka here?
I feel Asuka wins, but I feel it's by count out or DQ.
Yeah,
I don't see a title change.
I think it's some funky business going on. Carmella keeps the title.
And we've been saying this all show as well. Ronda Rousey, UFC Hall of Fame. She's going to be Raw Women's Champion, correct?
Yeah, somebody tweet me. I think I'm going to go upstairs and breathe or something. Something that's beneficial to my life.
I actually think this match is going to be very entertaining. I think you'll regret missing it if you do.
No, I think it will. I just don't want to see these two together. Like, why?
We almost forgot.
I'd say just ignore the build for this one and enjoy the match because I think they're going to put on a really good one. I really do.
Yeah, for almost 10 years, man. I'll listen to you again.
Well, it's the same with Lashley and Zayn.
Look, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit it on the show the next time we speak. But I really and truly believe that I think these two are gonna put on a match that far exceeds the build up to the match itself.
Yeah. I glossed over this. That's because it's on the kickoff show, and there's probably a reason why it's on the kickoff show. Bludgeon Brothers against the Good Brothers, and it's on the kickoff show because ain't no titles changing here, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But honestly, they should because they haven't done shit with the Bludgeon Brothers since they put the titles on them. So it would make sense to change the titles. But now that it's on the pre-show, I just don't see it.
Yeah, Luke Harper and Carl Anderson were going at it this morning. It was pretty fucking funny.
I think Matt changed my mind on this match now that I know some information I didn't know before. Last man standing, Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles. I felt like Styles was going to retain and Nakamura was going to go on to face Jeff Hardy and probably take the United States title from Hardy. But now hearing what I've heard, I'm going to have to go Nakamura here. And it should be Nakamura. I mean,
if Styles' injury is serious, they have to take the title off of him, whether that was the plan or not. They gotta let the guy heal because this match is going to be hell to begin with. So,
but I mean, it just invalidates the run of Nakamura turning heel if he never beat Styles for the titles. So, like I said, maybe that injury is a blessing in disguise. AJ takes a couple months off till it comes back at SummerSlam. Nakamura has been phenomenal as a heel. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So now that I know what I know, I'm going to go with Nakamura here. Matt, I'm assuming you're going the same way.
If the injury is as serious as it seems to be, I see no reason why they shouldn't be swapping the title on Sunday. So yeah, I thought Styles was a lock to win this, but if he's hurt, we don't know his situation. But the fact that he hasn't wrestled a match in over 3 weeks, definitely gives me cause to pause. And makes me wonder about what's going to happen on Sunday. And look, a title change is not the end of the world for AJ, and it would do nothing but help Nakamura. So
exactly.
I'm going to go Nakamura. But if Styles is healthy, I wouldn't be. Let me put it that way.
I mean, you're right. I mean, there's no shame for AJ losing that title. I mean, he's had the title going on to over 215 days right now. He won the title in November, so from Jinder Mahal. So, Darryl, what's your prediction on Styles Nakamura, last man standing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nakamura as well.
Yeah,
this makes more sense.
Ladies first, Money in the Bank ladder match. We got Ember Moon, we got Charlotte Flair, we got Alexa Bliss, we got Becky Lynch, we got Natalya, we got Lana, we got Naomi, we got Sasha Banks. Darryl, kick us off. What's your women Money in the Bank prediction?
That messed me up last time with that Natalya pick. I'm going to stick to my guns, and I said this a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to go with Becky Lynch.
You really think SmackDown's getting both briefcases?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm going to be... I had a theory. I noticed both sides, Raw and SmackDown, 3 veterans, 3 former title holders, and 1 up and coming.
But you know what? Not to cut you off, JB. If I can think about it, if I'm still gonna stick with Becky Lynch, but if somebody from Raw, if I could pick somebody from Raw, it'd be Sasha.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. It's a match full of veterans. I think it's gonna be an up and comer. I'm gonna go Ember Moon on this one.
Wow.
Matt.
I feel that even though I feel that everything that I feel that was going to happen is on the back burner for the time being, I feel that despite what happened on Monday, I am still, for now, picking Natalya to get the briefcase on Sunday so they can execute that storyline down the line.
And now we got the men. Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, member of the New Day. Matt, who is your pick for the men?
I'm really torn between Miz and Samoa Joe. And you know what? I wouldn't even be surprised.
I know where you're going.
If Styles retains against Nakamura, and the winner of that match comes out and cashes in that night and takes the title off Styles. And if they're gonna do that, I'm gonna go with Samoa Joe.
This is great because I can picture a scenario where any of the 8 men win.
Nobody on Raw wins this match.
Nah.
Everybody from Raw is automatically eliminated.
You don't even get the opportunity to cash the belt in unless you know Brock's going to be there. Brock's there every full moon.
Yeah, and if Brock wasn't champion right now, I'd be picking Bobby Roode to win this match.
No,
because the way they've booked him going into this says Bobby Roode's winning this match. But if Roode was on SmackDown right now, and he was doing the exact same thing on SmackDown that he's doing on Raw right now, I'd be picking Roode all day long.
Well, why can't you pick Roode though? Think about it though.
I can't pick Roode because of Raw.
But you got to think about it. Remember what you said. Remember what you said. Right, that's exactly where I was going. Remember what you said. If Roman is taking the title off of Brock at SummerSlam, he has a whole year to cash in. He doesn't necessarily have to cash in tomorrow, next Tuesday, or 3 Fridays from now.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I could see any of the 8 men. I could see a scenario where I would love to see Rusev and Lana both win. I know it ain't gonna happen, but that would be fucking awesome.
There's no chance in hell either of them are taking a briefcase home.
No.
You know I freaking love Rusev and Lana and stuff, but they got no chance in hell of winning this thing. I think a Raw woman wins the ladder match, and I think a SmackDown male wins the men's match, because both briefcases are not going to the same brand. They're going to split them up. So
if I was going to rank the top 3 of who I think is going to win, I would rank Samoa Joe at 3rd. I would rank Kevin Owens 2nd. I really almost picked Kevin Owens, but I think The Miz is going to win. Miz is well overdue. It's been almost 10 years since he's held, or not 10 years, it's almost been 8 years since he's held a world title. He's long overdue. He's been on fire the past 2 years. I honestly think Miz is going to be the one to overcome it and bring down the
Miz could cash in same night. Miz could cash in on Styles. I just think for the history purposes, Joe would make more sense.
Yeah.
But I could make an argument for Joe or Miz leaving Money in the Bank on Sunday with that title. But Styles retains against Nakamura, and he's about dead, and they come out and cash in on him because
we all know Vince doesn't care about Impact history.
You'll know if depending on where they place the matches, though. Styles and Nakamura don't go on last, then you know that Nakamura's winning that match.
Yeah. Darryl, what's your pick?
I'm going Joe, regardless. I'm just going to go with Joe.
Joe. It's 2 Joes, 1 Miz. It's going to be fun, I think. I think we're going to have a fun weekend ahead of us. Hopefully fun enough to where we talk about it on Sunday night. If not, we will break it down on next Thursday's show. But that's going to do it for this edition of Lost the Midcard. Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes and any of your favorite podcasting apps. What you got to do is search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, most every Thursday and Mondays after WWE pay-per-view. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube. Links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/LostInTheMidcard. You also can find us on the Twitter at LITMC Podcast. And before we ride off into that sunset, enjoy a full weekend of wrestling goodness. Darryl, what are your final thoughts?
Mela is money.
You're on drugs.
Matt, what are your final thoughts?
Mela is garbage.
I didn't think Carmella would dominate the final thoughts, but so be it. Darryl, thanks for joining us. You're welcome to join us on Sunday night if you are able to.
I think I will.
All right.
I feel like Darryl just wants to see Carmella up against Matt Taven.
Wow.
You know what?
Because I guess Darryl feels like that's the only person in the industry Matt Taven can beat right now.
Whoa!
Wow.
Hold on, player.
Low
Pow!
Wow.
Pow!
Wow.
Get for saying Mela is money.
Matt
just verbally Superman punched Darryl in the face.
And Matt just hit Darryl with an arm to balls right there.
Wow. Okay. You didn't have to go out the Matt Taven like that. I got you.
Woo!
I got you.
For Darryl Bullock, Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. Thank you for tuning in to Mela is Money. We'll see you hopefully on Monday.
Fuck you.